Hi everyone, it's Michelle. Thank you so much for joining me on another fun, lazy Sunday tutorial. So here I've got these 4 different pockets, and again, they're kind of no-brainer things, things we might have done over time. They're just simple. You can use your scraps, but they look amazing. So I've got 4 different kinds here. Some have more pockets than others. This is just kind of a tuck with something on the top. Here I've got one with the side and then another side, and I've got one on the back. This one is kind of like just, is this the one? Yeah, this is just the one tuck. Sometimes I don't even remember what I'm doing here. And here's one with just a little slot, and then this one on the side. So this is great for our scraps, or just like, for instance, you guys know I've been using this collection a lot. So I have so many like smaller pieces, so that's what I'm going to be using here today. Okay, so let me go ahead and start with, I believe it's going to be this one. So let's start with this pocket right here. Now I am going to show you the size paper I'm using. But again, once you see what I'm doing, you're going to know that it's just, you could use any scrap, but mine for reference is just a 4x6, and I'm going to be using a lot of 4x6 because I feel like that's what I end up having left over in my scraps. So again, oh, Bandit. Oh, I'm going to have to take this away from him. So again, this is not going to be anything crazy. For this pocket, I'm basically just folding this down right here. And these are just kind of things like, oh yeah, I can do that, you know what I mean? And all I'm gonna do is really just fold that back, and that's how I make this one. And this is gonna end up being, and as of course you could see the size, you can use any size that you want for it. But I like to always give reference, because you might say, hey, I like that size. So for this, just to, dress it up a little and make it look a little more fancy, I just corner around my little edges here on the corners. Bandit, please behave for my video. He just wants some action right now. I thought he was gonna take a nap, but it doesn't look that way. So, and then I'm gonna go ahead and glue this right here. That's our little front pocket. And then you can either, if you have something that you kind of like hanging up top, then maybe just glue the bottom. But I'm gonna go ahead and just glue both of my sides down. And I think what makes this really pretty is obviously, dressing it up with all the fun little pieces that you have. And you could see in some of them I use glitter, and that made it look really pretty and a little bit more special when you do that. Sorry, my glue is clogging right now. All right, he's in the corner now, so I'm hoping he's going to go to sleep. Not that I don't love his company, but I'm just really trying to get a video done. And I almost didn't get it done today. I was like, nope, I gotta make them that lazy Sunday tutorial. So in the front here, what I did was just take some of these little tickets and kind of tuck it in there. So that's kind of how I got that little space there. And then here you can just see I just tucked something like this in it on the side. And I just added a really pretty die piece that came from this collection, which there's so many gorgeous things to use. So I did use that. My glue didn't dry all the way, but I'm gonna take some double-sided foam tape here and just pop it on, which of course you can just glue it on. I'm just gonna add this one just to switch it up. And just to make it a little bit pretty, I did add some glitter there, so I'm just taking some of my glitter glue here. Oops, I definitely didn't glue that down. Hold on. Okay, and put that here. I'm just gonna hold it there until it dries, and I just added this just on the line. And you could do the whole thing, but just to, make it pretty when someone's receiving it. So that's that first one, okay? But yeah, it's easy, right? But it's really pretty. So let's move on to the next one. And again, these are all gonna be really, really simple projects. It's not gonna be anything complicated. All right, so let me do this one. Let's do the one with the pocket on the back. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. So it's got the pocket here, on the side, and then on the back. All right, so mine, this paper here is gonna be, what size is this? It's 4 by 8 inches, just for reference. So I'm just going to take my 4 by 8 paper and I am going to literally just eyeball it like this. You can score it too, I mean, but I'm just trying to do no scoring, you know, easy breezy. So you've got that right as your side pocket, and all I'm doing is really just flipping it like this, and that's how I'm gonna get the pocket. So you can, I'm gonna have this pocket here, I'm gonna have it in the back, and you could either make a side pocket or a top pocket. For mine, I did a side pocket. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of keep that going there. So I'm going to glue this right over here. And I just left these open. I mean, you can glue that part, but I didn't really feel the need to do that. I'm just looking for my little punch because I just want, you know, a little slot there. So yeah, that's gonna make your little 3 pocket. So here, your side, and then on the back. And again, I'll just fill it up really quick. You know what, just to make it go, I'll like, actually I might really use that for something later. So I'm just gonna add a little ticket in here or a little tag. You could just add some things on the side. I wonder if this will fit. Oh my gosh, my washer, if you guys hear that, I think I put a little too much in there. And then we've got this on the back. Bandit. I got this new washer a few months ago and it is so loud. I almost don't know if it's supposed to be that way, but when I read the reviews, people had said the same thing. I just give up on these new washers. They're all terrible. I mean, it does wash good, but I'm just gonna add a little thing here. But there's that one. So again, that's like the 3 pocket one, and you could see, like, you could just dress that up or do whatever you want. There's number 2. All right, and now it just gets easier. So I'm going to go ahead, and this one is a real no-brainer. This is another 4 by 6 sheet of paper right here. And I'm really not doing much with this one. That's just gonna be this right here. And this is just to show off some pretty background paper, and I added just a little twine just to dress it up. But all I'm doing with this one is literally just folding it in half. And that's gonna be my pocket. So yeah, are these simple? Yes, but I mean, we forget to do these kind of things. So it's just a reminder, like, duh. I don't have to do anything crazy and score and all that just for a pocket. We can just take our scraps and just go in our room and just start folding. And this collection obviously really helps everything just come to life. All right, now let's see what's gonna fit in here. We've got more tags, we've got all sorts of things. And I did dress it up a little bit, so I'm putting this tag in here. But if you see here, I added a little tab just to like dress it up because it looked kind of plain like this. So I'm going to just take like a little scrap here that I have left and use my punch. This is just my tab punch. And I'm going to, this actually might be a little long, so I'm going to cut it just a little bit. And I'm going to stick it on there. And just put it like right here or something. I feel like I made it a little crooked. But not only did I do that when I made the tab, I also added some glitter on there. So I have that tab. That kind of blends in a little too much with the paper, but I just took some glitter and just kind of went like that and made this thing. Now that is really goopy right now, but it will dry and it won't be like that. And then you can just add your little pieces in there. I swear that this really makes a difference, because if you add some twine or just something on there, it just makes it look a little bit more romantic and not plain. And of course you can add your little pieces. I even have this here that I had tried earlier. So if you're doing something like holiday, like you could do this if you're doing something more vintage. But if you're doing something more holiday, you can take this kind of twine and wrap it, just to show you something different. So if you have some Christmas paper, you can see how pretty. And yeah, these would make great gift card holders. So there is that one. Okay, and last one, another easy one. And for reference, this is just going to be a 4 by 7.5 sheet of paper. And I see a lot of people use these type in their journals. So basically all they do is just fold that down. And this rose is so pretty. I hope it doesn't cover too much. And fold this down. And you're basically just going to have a little pocket in the front, and then that right here. So I am going to make a little notch just so you know that there is a pocket there. And let me go ahead and seal this one. And of course you can corner around or do whatever you want to do. Do I want to corner around? Did I corner in it? I did. I corner around mine, so I'm going to do that. If I can find my corner rounder. All right. So put that here. And now I'm just gonna leave, so you wanna leave that open at the top and just glue the bottom in. Oh my goodness, my glue is just, you know what I need to do? I need to clean out the entire thing. It usually doesn't give me problems, but I haven't been in here in a couple days. So it's all dried up. There we go. Okay, so just leave that so you have that little tuck spot in the front, and then you'll have the top pocket, which is going to look like this. Oh my goodness, I am just obsessed with that paper. I don't even want to put anything in it to cover it. Let's see if we cannot hide it too much. What do I got in here? Well, here's that little one we had used before. That's pretty. That's not going to cover up too much. Just like a thinner one. I'm going to use some chemicals on my hands today. All right, and then of course we can put, this is actually a little big, so I'm going to snip it a little bit, just like we're at that rose line. Find something. I need something long for the top. I don't know if I have anything long left. Is this too, oh, this will fit. So this is a 3x4 journal card, and that fits on my paper. I almost want to use the back because there's too much of the same color going on. There's that. I'm just going to try and break this up a bit. And yeah, and of course you could add some pretty little dangle charms or whatever you want just to make it even more extra. Or of course what we had done in the previous videos is add some glitter, so you can even maybe add a little glitter strip on it or whatever. But I really do just like it like this, because I mean, look how many we did in like 14 minutes. We did 4 different pocket envelopes and filled them up. And I also do like to even dress them up with these kind of things because they look really pretty. I'll show you how it looks. If you're not messy, like an example is maybe I just tap it a little bit with some of these pearls and it will look really pretty. So just some fun ideas. I think these are great for gift cards or whatever in your journals. And remember, you don't have to use my size. You can just go all crazy and use any size that you want. The point is just to, you know, take our scrap bin and just find all these papers and make these pockets with them. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed these ideas. And thanks again for joining me. I'm so glad you're enjoying the series. I'm going to try and keep it up on the Sundays. All right, guys.